They met in grad school and became really good friends. They bonded over Twilight and The Bachelor, and then they moved across the country 1,000 miles apart. Thanks to quarantine, they decided to start Jordan and Rebecca Review Things. You didn't ask our opinion, but we're gonna give it anyway.
Hi!
Hello!
Oh my gosh, it's a podcast!
Yeah, this is Jordan and Rebecca Review Things, the podcast.
I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Jordan. We just decided that we wanted to start a podcast. I've been really wanting to do a podcast for a really long time.
I have been really interested in the idea of podcasting because I just need more sources out there with my unnecessary opinions on them.
Amen.
I just don't think there's enough. There's not enough of Rebecca's opinion in the world.
I just feel like I have so much to give.
It's obviously a joke. I just have so much to give.
I just feel like I have so much to give, and like I just want to share it with the world. One of my favorite media. I mean, I'm a huge YouTube fan. I've been into YouTube since it was just a wee lass. But a lot of my favorite podcasts are YouTubers, and that's what got me into podcasting. I love Mabim Bam. I love Dear Hank and John, and literally every single podcast that comes out of Complexly, like the Anthropocene Reviewed, is amazing. Delete This, Catherine. You're not going to be hearing this because you're not on the internet that much, but I love you more than I love Hank. And I love Hank. She's just so funny. And they have little moments where Cameo comes and purrs into the microphone. It's precious. That's precious.
Anyways, I love listening to podcasts. I listen to podcasts a lot. And so starting a podcast is really exciting because it's a medium that I really enjoy. And we're both creatives.
Yep.
So being able to create on a medium that we really enjoy is I think exciting.
We're both creatives and we're not really doing a whole lot because the world's on fire and COVID's still out there. So,
you say that. I have probably upwards of 10 crafting projects that are sitting unfinished. However, yes, the world is on fire and we're not doing nearly as much.
And this is a fun way to spend time together and also create something. So
yeah, we'd be doing this anyways. I mean,
basically we're just not sharing it with everyone, but I think
we FaceTime. I mean, the people we share it with are like, hey Jordan, do you want to FaceTime with my sister and watch this? So that there was one audience member. Just kidding. She has equal input.
Shout out to Irene.
I love you, Irene. I mean, I don't know about you, Jordan, but I love FaceTime watching things with the two of you. It's a blast.
Oh, I love it. It's so fun. It's awesome and so exciting.
It usually involves some sort of mixed drink. So this podcast is, as the title, Jordan and Rebecca Review Things, says, we are watching, reading, experiencing things, and then giving our unsolicited hot takes, right? That's our little
basically
blurb.
I watch a lot of Netflix and Amazon Prime in my spare time. I think you read more books than, well, I don't read a whole lot, but I do like
I'm
to read.
in a book club.
Yeah.
So I definitely read more books, but I don't know how many more that really is. Our book club is one a month, but then I read some extras when I have extras.
That's
to read.
more books than I read in a month usually. So I think that grad school really gave me PTSD because I read so much and I was just I get triggered. So I'm still kind of getting over that, but it's okay. So basically we're gonna just take in all this media around us and compile our opinions and share them with each other and with you.
Yeah, and maybe it'll be funny. I don't know. Are we a comedy podcast?
I think we're funny. But
I think we're funny, but I am severely biased.
I think we're hilarious, but it's really okay if people don't think so.
I'm no Griffin McElroy, let's just say that.
I have no idea what that reference is.
You really need to listen to Mabim Bam. My Brother, and Me, anywhere you get your podcasts. They're just great. You just go listen. Just
see, I listen to true crime podcasts like My Favorite Murder because I'm into that stuff.
I don't like spoopy stuff, you guys. That's gonna be something interesting. If you force me to review a spoopy movie, I think I might be out. I think we'll have to get a guest.
We'll figure it out.
I can't. I just don't do it. And you realize, like, I'm aware that I'm saying spoopy instead of the one with a K.
Spooky?
Because it just makes it a little more friendly for me.
Right.
I don't like Halloween. I don't like scary things. I don't like seeing skeletons.
Yeah,
I
I
love dressing
literally
up,
I
but-
watched a serial killer documentary the other night, and it's in
Yeah,
4
and you
parts.
couldn't fall asleep.
Couldn't fall asleep afterwards, but it was fascinating. It's so good.
Let's see. A little bit about ourselves. We met when we went to not undergrad, grad school in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And so we both moved. Well, you were there already. You had your undergraduate
Yeah,
degree
I got
from
my
another-
undergrad degree in Nashville, and then I stayed for another 3 years. So I was in
Mhm.
Nashville
And I
for 6
got-
years.
Yeah, and I got my undergrad degree in Michigan, where I grew up, and then moved to Nashville for grad school. And so we met. We were not fast friends.
No, we were not. I didn't
As
I
I've-
did not like Rebecca at first.
Yeah, I just found that one out. So we met. I feel like we met at orientation.
I don't even remember orientation.
Oh, I do.
So we met in Nashville when we both went to
Mhm.
Belmont University to get our graduate degrees in music. So I got a master's of music and commercial voice performance, which is not singing songs for commercials. It just means like pop
Do
music.
people think that?
Yeah, people are
That's
they're like,
hilarious.
"Wait, so you like have 2 degrees in like music for commercials?" No.
That's really funny.
It's basically like music that's on the radio. That's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
So there's like classical music and then there's commercial music.
Yes.
And so classical music is all the like, orchestral stuff and like old school
That's
or
Rebecca's
whatever.
realm. She was
Yes,
classical.
sorry. A commercial is anything not classical.
Yeah, so we got like you got jazz, you got
jazz,
rock, you got
yes.
country.
Soul, gospel, all of that.
Literally, if it's not classical, then
If it's not
commercial.
classical, it's commercial. Yeah. So I have 2 master's degrees, master's of music in classical vocal performance and classical vocal pedagogy.
She's
which is,
special. She has 2. I
Yeah.
only have 1 master's degree.
Well, I'm just that much better than you. I guess.
I would have died.
No, it's because I hate myself. I'm a masochist, and I had to write 2 theses. So, like,
No
don't
thanks.
look at me like I'm amazing. It was the worst.
I think I have PTSD from the recital
still
paper,
do.
which is basically a thesis that I wrote.
Yeah.
Like, mine,
It is a thesis.
Yeah, basically. And mine was supposed to be short, like 30 to 40 pages long. Mine ended up being 100 pages.
Well, you're a better student than I am then.
Well, no, it was like the summertime, and I was just writing the crap out of it. So
Yeah, because you graduated in December, so you were writing from spring semester into fall semester.
Yeah.
Whereas if you graduate in the spring, you're writing fall semester into spring semester. Although, even if you're graduating in the spring, you're using the summer, or you're expected to.
yeah, that whole
So-
summer, I spent every living minute in either a Starbucks or at
Yeah.
the Belmont Library just writing and getting overwhelmed. And I was learning about femininity and rock music.
Your thesis was awesome. I read it. It was really good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I liked learning about it.
It's funny because we both wrote theses about feminism, essentially. My second one, which was for my pedagogy degree, I did a lecture recital. For those of you who don't know what that means, it means I lecture and I give a recital. So it's half lecture and half recital. So like I sang half. And mine was on women composers, like lesser known women composers, studying their music and analyzing it essentially to determine like what level you could use it as a teaching tool. So essentially looking at music by women composers intentionally to seek out women composers, because people don't do that, and saying this is a good teaching tool and that here's why. And so I had categories and I sang the pieces and whatever. But like it's just interesting that we both did like very feminist theses.
Yes.
you know.
I
like,
love it.
My first recital for my performance degree, I wanted to give all women composers. That's what I wanted to do for my recital. And my professor was like, no, we can't do that. We have to have male composers in there, which I get because it's a performance degree and I'm preparing my aria package for if I ever want to audition. So you can't just come into an audition with 5 obscure arias. You just can't do it. And I get it. It was just a bummer. And so I decided that I was going to make my pedagogy recital all women.
But your first recital that I was in town and watched was awesome. I was so proud.
I couldn't go to your recital, and it's the saddest thing that's ever existed.
It's really okay.
I'm the worst friend, and I feel really bad about it. I can't remember why I couldn't go, though. Do you?
I don't either. Okay, so we became friends. I don't...
Yeah, we have far sidetracked.
It's okay. So we both were in Nashville. The first year we were there, we had a theory class that we were in. I don't even remember.
Remedial theory.
Yeah, because we didn't... Basically,
we didn't pass the master's level benchmark.
Yeah, we didn't pass the master's level benchmark for theory. So we had to retake it.
I'm not ashamed. I know theory well enough. That class was the easiest class I've ever taken. It was just that I didn't test well on it. Theory's fine. I'm not getting a composing degree over here.
This is true. So we met in the remedial theory class, and Rebecca had a rapport with her friends already. And
yeah, because we went out to dinner at orientation.
Right.
We were friends.
I didn't have that yet. So I was so insecure and like, I don't think I belong in grad school, but I'm here. And Rebecca's just making jokes with her friends. And so I just decided I didn't like Rebecca, which it's okay now. We're good.
I don't know. I'm still upset about it.
I'm really sorry. I thought I told you that already.
Yeah, we've been over this. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, it's a little fresh because I found out Friday.
Oh, gosh.
We're recording on Sunday. Found out on Friday.
I love you now.
Yeah.
So towards the end of our first year, I remember that a group of us went to Acme in downtown Nashville. Did you go?
Yes, I did, to go see my best friend's now fiance's band play.
Yes. So I was invited to that, and I was super excited because I got to be with people, and so that's when I first started feeling excited about being in grad school.
Oh my gosh, that was a whole year into grad school.
I know. So we didn't really become friends for like a year.
Yeah.
But after that, we became friends, and we also had a summer class, like intro to research. Do you remember? It was pouring rain one day. We got out of the music building, and our cars were all in the garage. And so we ran across the campus. We would go into different buildings.
Into curb. Out of curb. Into
So we just building
Yes,
hops.
I do.
Yes. So
I took my shoes off for that. Oh my gosh, I remember very, very vividly the run back to curb.
Yes. It was super fun.
Did you know I was working? That was an every single day class. And I was working every single day before and after that class.
That's
awful.
awful.
So I would go to work. I would commute. It was like a 15-minute drive for me from work to school.
And that class was so dry, too. And we had so much reading, and it was so...
It was a bad class,
It was really dense reading, too. I mean...
You know, I learned a lot, though.
So did I. I did like that. So we started watching The Bachelor together during Ari season. So I would go to your house, and I would watch it with you and your roommate.
Because then I was living with S.
Yes.
And we were watching it. We would have Bachelorette Tuesdays because we didn't have cable, but it came out on Hulu on Tuesdays. And I invited you to that because we were friends.
Yes.
And at that point, because we became friends in the summer, and then fall semester we were friends, and then spring semester, aka when Ari season started, we were like, yeah, we're friends now. Come to Bachelor.
Yeah.
Come watch Bachelor with me.
I think The Bachelor was when we first started like becoming really good friends, and then after that we started going to movies and hanging out.
Yeah.
Then we watched Twilight, and then bought Twilight. We bought the Twilight board games, which we'll talk about like later in some other episode, but that was how
we're gonna dedicate, just here, promise, we're gonna dedicate a whole episode to the Twilight board games. It might include some of the like little books of Twilight as well, like Bree and whatever her
miscellaneous
name is.
Twilight things.
Yeah, miscellaneous. That's a good one. Is there a video game?
There might be a video game. We can check it out, man.
moly. Anyways, so we'll have a miscellaneous Twilight things episode, and we will go into our love, our
Just buckle up, people.
just whoo.
You have no idea.
Those board games. I almost want to say that singular. There is a board game for every single movie, I believe.
So, anyways,
Woo!
we just became friends and like hung out and watched movies, and then I graduated before you did. So I moved away first. I moved back to Arizona, and then Rebecca graduated with her second master's degree, and she moved across the country.
Yeah, I got a job in Oregon.
So
I'm in. Well, I can't even. Can I even say I'm in the West Coast if I'm in like the easternmost point?
it's
of
pretty
Oregon?
much the West. I don't know.
The state is West Coast.
Yeah.
It feels very West Coast compared to my Midwest blood.
We live 1,000+ miles apart, but we still watch The Bachelor.
Well, we've watched a lot of stuff together.
Yes.
What
Listen
else?
to Your Heart. We watched Listen to Your Heart.
Oh, y'all. We have Bachelor Tuesdays again. but
Listen
I
to Your
don't-
Heart was kind of a mess, but also I loved it in a weird way.
I loved it because it's The Bachelor, you know? And,
Yeah.
like, the reason I love The Bachelor is because it's actively trash.
Yes.
And so, like, I love that. But it was peak active trash.
Oh, yeah.
It was horrible.
It was
Like, I wasn't sure if I wanted to say that, but it was really bad. And justice for Rudy. I still
Yes.
listen to her music.
Rudy is awesome.
I
I
mean-
wanted Rudy to win, and when we realized like that wasn't gonna happen, we're like, we're not gonna watch the rest of it, so we stopped the finale.
What is it? I Hate LA? Is it just Hate LA?
I think
That song by Rudy?
I don't know. It's so good, guys. It's a bop. Look
Spy
her up,
Plus.
Rudy.
Well,
She's
seriously.
great.
RUDI. The image for that song is a car on fire with LA in the background. It's beautiful.
Yes, she's great. Yeah.
Anyways, she should have won, and when she didn't win, the entire show went out the door for me.
So basically, what we're trying to say is we love Rudy, and that was the best thing about Listen to Your Heart.
It was arguably the only good thing about
So
Listen to Your
please
Heart.
go listen to her and support her because she's great.
Amen. Yes. Anyways, so we bonded over The Bachelor,
Yes.
and then we bonded over Twilight.
Mm-hmm.
How did that happen?
I
Was
don't.
it just that it was available on Amazon Prime or on Hulu or something, and we were like,
I think The Bachelor was over, and we're like, well, we still want to hang out. So
yeah, because
Yeah.
it was definitely during the summer when we did the board games.
yeah. So I don't know. We just started hanging out. We became really good friends. We graduated, we moved, and we're still really good friends. And do we want to do some questions so the audience can get to know us a little bit more than they've already learned about us?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited.
Okay, number 1. What is your favorite TV show?
Oh, that's easy. I really love The Office. It's my favorite.
What was your first experience with The Office? What about it brought you in?
I just remember that I had just discovered Netflix on my Wii and how I can watch it. And so Netflix had The Office, and there were friends that I knew that had watched it, and I was kind of curious. So I just started watching it, and I don't know, from then on I was really into it and I loved it. So I just think it's really funny. It's something that I can play if I just need background noise because I've watched it so much that it's just very familiar to me. Yeah, it's pretty much my safe go-to anytime I need like a pick-me-up or I need something in the background. What's your favorite?
I don't know. I mean, I high-key am obsessed with Grey's Anatomy. I think that's a known favorite of mine. I've
Classic.
watched it. I mean, it's got 15 seasons, so I think I've watched it at least 15 times because I do a rewatch every summer. Yeah, it's
Why do you put
unhealthy.
yourself through that pain?
I love it so much.
Oh my gosh.
No, I don't. I really don't know. Maybe it hasn't been 15 times since I watched the whole thing.
So
because
are
there
you
was a
caught
summer.
up on it?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Oh my gosh.
After McDreamy died, I will read
You know, I did that.
synopses.
I stopped watching it for maybe a season, and then I got back into it because I was upset. I don't remember if it was when McDreamy died or if it was later than that. I don't remember when I stopped watching it, but it wasn't like I'm done with Grey's. It was like, oh my gosh, hold on.
I need a break,
Yeah, and like the only way I watch it is on Hulu, and so there was a time where I didn't have Hulu access.
Oh yeah.
So
Also,
Yeah.
I'm not really happy with Karev's exit.
nobody is. I think everyone's incredibly upset about that.
Yeah.
It was atrocious. It was disgraceful. It was offensive. I'm very upset about it. Yeah, I have many opinions, but Grey's Anatomy is definitely one of my tops.
Okay,
Like-
where is your favorite place you have ever traveled?
Oh. Well, Japan was pretty amazing. I say that, and I am immediately an asshole. I went to Japan as like a high school trip. We had a sister city, and I visited, I think it was like a 10-day trip. And I'm constantly regretting that I went as a child and not as an adult. I really, really want to go back. But it was an amazing, amazing experience. It was really, really exciting. And that was pretty phenomenal. I have had minimal travel experiences, though, outside of that.
That's awesome. I didn't know you went to Japan.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
What about you?
I mean, we went on a cruise one time after I graduated high school, and I just really loved being on a cruise ship, and I eventually would like to go back.
Too.
Right? Post-COVID world, man.
Cruise.
Yes. I think I've suggested this before. Yes, we
Have
should
you?
definitely. Yes.
I've definitely talked about it with my sisters, but how fun would that be?
Oh my gosh. And
Can we
Irene
do an Alaskan cruise?
Yes, you told that. You said we've had this conversation.
I really want to do an Alaskan cruise. Okay,
Yes.
so post COVID-19, we're doing an Alaskan cruise with all the women in our lives.
Amen. Praise him.
Okay, cool.
So we went to I think we went to Mexico on the cruise. So it was a week cruise, and it was super cool.
From Mexico.
And I just really liked that, like, we didn't really have any cell service at the time, so I wasn't distracted by the outside world, and it was just really cool. I liked that we could be isolated, and then, like, every afternoon we went and we got French fries from the cafeteria, and it was super fun.
We went on a Royal Caribbean cruise, which was amazing, and they had a donut shop.
That's amazing.
We
Yeah.
would just go and get donuts.
So basically, I just want to go back on a cruise ship whenever it's like safe to do so.
Just for the unlimited food. That's
Yes.
exclusively why
I
I
mean, it's
want it.
amazing. Also, I miss Disneyland, so that's the other thing.
I've never been.
Well, we're gonna have to change that. So
Okay, so we're going to do an LA trip, and then we'll do an Alaskan cruise
sounds great. I'm gonna put it on my calendar.
for 2027.
2027.
That's one, when we'll be out of quarantine, and two, when we'll be financially stable enough to be able to afford it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, what are your current hobbies?
I've been doing a lot of songwriting lately, and they're really just like small snippet songs. And I started learning the ukulele. In April, I think. So I've been learning how to.
I
play
didn't
stuff
realize
on
it's that new.
Yeah, so it's super fun. It's super easy, and my hands are really small, so it's like really, it's easier for me to play that than the guitar. So I've been doing that. I watch a lot of Netflix, and that's about it right now. I have been going on walks more regularly, which is a healthy habit I've developed since quarantine. So that's another hobby, but mostly I just kind of sit and chill right now. I usually go and see movies in the movie theaters, but those are closed right now, which is very sad. So, what are your hobbies right now, Rebecca?
Sewing, lots of crafting. I started a list of all my unfinished crafts. It's a lot. But yeah, I'm attempting to, I started the list so that I could finish the list, but then I kept adding more things to the list, and you know how that goes. But yes, lots of crafting. I really love to go hiking, so I've been going hiking every Saturday with a friend of mine here, socially distant. But really enjoying that. Hobbies, I really love, I actually don't really love gardening. I hate gardening, but I have been gardening, really attempting to grow my own produce. I have some beans that are looking all right. My corn stalks are like 3 feet tall right now, which is far shorter than they should be because I started this way later than I should have. But it's exciting.
That's amazing.
I've, you know, my quarantine, like, trend things that I've picked up are, like, baking bread, as in everybody. But, like, my big hobbies are, like, sewing and crafting, and, I love to read. I'm in a book club, so that's been really fun, and trying new recipes, and I don't know, I'm just a domestic goddess, I guess.
Love it. You're going to make someone a really great wife someday.
God bless, I hope so.
Don't we all? So, what are you passionate about?
Ooh. Is it cheesy to say my faith?
No.
I'm passionate about my faith. I'm Catholic, and it's a really important part of my life. I love God, and I love celebrating God, and so I'm very, very passionate about that. It's a big part of my life. I'm also passionate about cheese because it's delicious. And I would say I'm pretty passionate about my hobbies, you know, that I listed. Like, the things that I enjoy doing, I do them because I enjoy them. I'm passionate about doing them.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Cool.
What about you?
I'm passionate about my faith as well. I'm passionate about my faith and just loving other people. That's probably my big thing, is making sure people feel loved and valued, because I think everyone is important and valuable. And especially as a teacher, like, I want to make sure all my kids are loved and safe, and that's been difficult during this time of distance learning. But yeah.
You're also just in general really passionate about teaching, and you're such a good teacher.
Thank you very much. Yes, I'm very passionate about teaching. I really love it. I didn't think I would really like it that much, but I really love it. So I think, those are my big passions: faith and teaching, and just loving people overall. Yeah. It's big. I got a bleeding heart, you know, so there we go.
Sure do. Okay, is there a book that has changed your life?
If I don't say the Bible, am I going to hell?
No. I feel like we have to, like the fact that the Bible is the #1 most sold book and everything, it's like, okay, but that's not what we're talking about.
Right, I know. Let me think. I mean, Twilight, this is going to sound really cheesy, but Twilight, so Twilight, when I was in middle school, I just really, really loved reading the book, and then that caused me to read more books, and I think it really helped with, like, my creativity and stuff, and just getting into new worlds and things like that. So Twilight did change my life, in the fact that, one, I was, like, super obsessive about Twilight, but also it opened up just this new realm of fiction, and then I, like, met Sarah Dessen books, and I love those books, and they're super
I forgot
comforting.
that we bonded over Sarah Dessen.
Yes, we did. Oh, she's our girl. We love Sarah Dessen. Yeah, so that was exciting. So Twilight did affect me in a big way when I was growing up. So what about you?
One of the books that my dad would read to me, my sisters growing up, was the Belgariad series by David and Lee Eddings. It's a fantasy as well, and it's definitely not children's books, but it's not inappropriate by any means. But he would read those to us from, like, very, very young, like even before Harry Potter started becoming popular. And I think those really, I think I can attribute my vocabulary to those books, and the way I think and the way I am so creative, like, I think comes from those books, and being able to experience such a vivid fantasy world. But then also Harry Potter, like, the movies always came out around my birthday, so I had Harry Potter birthdays every year that those movies came out.
That's so exciting.
Super exciting.
Was it like November?
Yeah. They would always come out the weekend before Thanksgiving, and my birthday's a Thanksgiving birthday.
Right.
And so it would come out like the 21st or the 22nd or whatever, you know, like that date. And then Thanksgiving would be the next weekend.
That's so exciting. I didn't read Harry Potter because it was witchcraft, and I thought I was going to go to hell. I did go see Harry Potter, the 4th one, Goblet of Fire. I saw Goblet of Fire. Sorry.
You're like digging such a deep hole for me.
I saw Goblet of Fire.
I did
hadn't
see the fourth one, Order of the Phoenix.
I know it's Goblet of Fire. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
So I went with my friends in middle school, and our parents took us out of school to go see it on opening day.
Wow.
I brought my Bible in my purse
Stop it.
because I thought we were all going to go to hell.
Oh, Protestants are crazy.
Like, my mother did not instill this in me. I don't know where I found it. I think I watched the 700 Club or something. They were talking about how there's all these covens happening. Yeah.
That was always on before Gilmore Girls on ABC Family.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, that's a story of how I first watched a Harry Potter movie and I brought my Bible to go see it in theaters. Also, that is the one with Robert Pattinson in it. So amazing. Anyways, I have watched all of the Harry Potters. I just wanted to throw that in there. I was a little bit of a neurotic child.
To clarify, you don't feel that way anymore.
No, I don't.
That is obviously wrong.
No, I don't.
I would like to make a bold statement here. That is, just to reiterate, the Catholic Church has no statement against Harry Potter. It's fine. Okay? It's fine. It's great. It's great. Teach your children to like learn and be creative. Okay, anyway. Can you please, for me, describe your perfect day?
Well, I would have to say April 25th because it's not too hot and it's not too cold.
All you need is a light jacket.
My perfect day. I would like to go to the beach and then watch a movie at a movie theater.
On the beach? Or like, okay.
No, like go to the beach and then we go watch a movie and then we have some really good Mexican food. And honestly,
what's your like go-to really good Mexican food that you eat?
love street tacos.
Oh, me
They're
too.
very good.
I really love quesadillas, but I'm a white bitch.
Quesadillas are delicious.
I mean, tortilla, cheese, and meat. There's a restaurant here that makes barbacoa quesadillas.
Is it called Chipotle?
No, I don't live in a busy First of all, check yourself. I live in a very rural town. But also, does Chipotle do quesadillas?
Yeah.
Anyways.
The more you know.
The more you know. No, but it's so good. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
Awesome. What is your perfect day?
I would have to agree with April 25th, because it really isn't too hot or too cold, and all you really do need is a light jacket. I don't like beaches because sand is the enemy to me.
I mean, I get that.
Sand is the worst. And they're usually too crowded. So, like...
So true.
Why? But I really enjoy spending time with friends. So, like a social event, but not a crazy, overwhelming, too many people social event. I just love, like, going out to Chagos and eating tacos and some queso and getting a merg, you know? Like,
yeah.
Like, just social, interacting with friends, eating some good food, just having some fun. I'm not a, like, go out on the town kind of person. I do love watching movies and stuff, but I'm not as much a, like, go to the movie theater person as, like, a, hey, let's go to my house.
Right.
Let's hang out in my living room, or your living, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's hang out in a living room, and, like, we've got, like, I don't have to wear shoes.
Right.
You know?
That's fun.
Yeah. Or is it your turn to ask?
It's my turn. Excuse me.
My bad.
All right, the big question.
Oh
Team Edward or Team Jacob?
Growing up, I was 100% Team Jacob. I don't know why. I have no defense. I don't remember why. But I was definitely Team Jacob. I think Taylor Lautner had a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
But I was huge Team Jacob. After rereading the first book for the pod, Edward's pretty dreamy. So, I don't know. Might be Team Edward now. To be determined. I think maybe we have to ask this once we've read all 4 books
Well,
again.
yeah. So when you were a teenager, when it really mattered.
Oh, Team Jacob.
Team Jacob.
When it really mattered. How dare you? Yeah, Team Jacob. What about you? Were Team Edward or Team Jacob?
I was Team Edward all the way. I was like gonna marry him. I remember I had a notebook at the time, and I was
Did
also
you write Mrs. Edward Cullen?
I said I love Edward Cullen. And also this was around the time that I was about to like start dating my first boyfriend. And I was really conflicted because he had told me he really likes me, and I was a neurotic child. So I wrote, but how can I like him when I'm in love with Edward Cullen? Like, girl, Edward is fictional.
That's so funny.
So anyways, I don't know if I kept that paper, but
I hope you did.
it literally said I love Edward
I want
Cullen.
it framed, and then I want to bring it back for your wedding one
Oh,
day.
terrifying. Anyways, so yeah, I was hardcore Team Edward.
So that's our intro episode. You probably know way too much about us now.
You'll learn more as we go, I'm sure.
Yeah, we have weird hot takes, so
We
get
do.
ready. But I'm really excited to do this podcast, and we're gonna record whatever we want. I mean, give us suggestions. Follow us on Instagram. We're also on Facebook, Jordan and Rebecca Pod. And we also have an email. So if you have any comments, you want to suggest anything, Jordan and Rebecca Pod at gmail.com. Shoot us some things to review.
We're going to try and do a podcast every Tuesday.
Yes,
Release one.
Twilight Tuesday is what we've called it. But we're not a Twilight only pod, I promise.
But we do have some Twilight stuff in the works, especially with Midnight Sun coming out in August.
Yeah. We're going to try and read that and get a pretty good turnaround, but one of us is a slower reader than the other.
That would be me. So, but yeah, we're going to try and do it every Tuesday, and we're going to just do some stuff that we like and whatever you guys think we should review.
You can get us wherever you get your podcasts. Please rate and review. We'd love to hear your feedback, and it really helps boost the podcast. So
yeah, if you like
for
us,
listening.
share the word, man.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Jordan and Rebecca.